I found it. I found the button.
The button's the one on the end.
We did it.
It's the one big button.
It's the one button to rule them all. Welcome, everybody, to the Third Party Podcast. Thank you guys so much for being here. We have the Cody. Yeah, it's the Cody.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, Cody. And with us, we have Snipe. How's it going, buddy? Thanks for returning back again. How do you not get sick of us? Is this like your favorite thing to do or something?
I would do it more.
It's his only thing to do.
I mean, let's not talk about it. But
You got you got hobbies. You got
I got
hobbies.
hobbies. I have friends.
We have like some cool, and I don't know if cool is the right word because it's not, but we have some really big stuff to get into today. Like the Acolyte trailer came out this week.
How excited are you?
About the show? I was actually getting like frustrated as I was watching the trailer. I was watching the trailer and I saw all this shit that was just like stupid and boring.
Well,
the trailer didn't even get me excited.
The point of the
show.
trailer is basically like set up like, hey, this is what this is about. You interested or not? And they showed absolutely like I have no idea what the fucking story's about.
What happened to lightsaber combat?
Oh, it's dead. They're baseball bats now.
I will always like fall back on that because you look at Anakin versus Obi-Wan. Anakin. Right. and then it's Rey versus
Kylo Ren.
Yeah, it's just they're swinging huge. It's like they're the heaviest thing on the planet.
It's a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Light. Not only light, but like light in weight.
It's condensed light. It weighs a lot.
It's a black hole they're swinging around. Why is he
Yeah, he's swinging around a singularity.
The combat has always been upsetting to me in recent shows.
Well,
always.
I think going back to like even let's go back to the lightsaber battles that were in A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and even Return of the Jedi.
It got progressively better.
It did get progressively better, but you had in A New Hope specifically, you had Obi-Wan and Darth Vader's the only lightsaber battle in that movie.
That was pretty shit.
It was pretty shit.
Have you seen the new cuts of it though? Like someone added a bunch
someone
of
did like a fan edit of it.
The fan edits
It's
are
insane.
so sick.
The fan edits, or the fan edits, the fan films, like the fan-based projects, are the best things about Star Wars. And when Disney took it over, they basically nuked the entire catalog of amazing fan content. With their what was their new timeline called? It doesn't really matter. But you had like the Darth Maul short film. You had the Darth Vader short film was awesome.
Yeah, Star Wars
fucking
series
good.
doing that. Yeah.
Yep. You had the
video
remaster
games at the time. You know, you look at what was it, Force Unleashed.
Yeah, Force Unleashed, amazing.
I think that's a broken ass character though. They made him way too powerful.
He can pull the sun down.
But
He
it's
pulls
so
starships
sick.
from outer
Like,
space.
I think of like
It is
prime
epic,
gaming, right? Like back when games were fucking good.
Well, what else was coming out?
That game.
What console did Unleashed?
360.
360.
It was that
was
same,
like prime.
So it was like 09, I think.
Yeah.
it came
At
out.
the same time, you had the DBZ Budokai 3, my favorite game, like one of my favorite games.
You had to be
came
super weeby to play Dragon Ball Z game. It's not an offense thing.
No.
Because I loved watching it, but did
you ever play Budokai 3? Specifically Budokai 3.
Never played Budokai.
We're gonna hang out and we're gonna record a playthrough of your first time playing Budokai 3.
Deal.
Because I'm gonna play as Kid Buu, and I'm just gonna cheese the shit out of him.
Just get him so frustrated that he throws the controller at the TV.
Dude, do kids still throw controllers? As someone who has kids, do they still throw controllers?
My kids only play games that like get them excited.
Oh,
so
No,
fucking
yeah,
lame.
it's not online.
It's a
getting
boring
your
ass
ass
shit.
kicked.
8 and 9, you know, like once they're okay.
Me and my brothers were playing the GameCube when we were 8 and 9, and we were playing the GameCube. We were
Worst
playing
console
split
ever.
screen, like Medal of Honor, split screen Medal of Honor on the GameCube. So much fucking fun for me, and these kids were fucking 3-on-1ing me, and they couldn't win. If they got double digits, it was a great game for them.
My
But
aunt
And
and
then they
uncle.
start making up new rules, so just trying to get ahead of you.
That's
You can only
what
use
a-
the sniper.
What a kid thing to do, by the way.
Yeah.
Dad, you can't do that because the rules. Shut up. You're 5. Listen, my aunt and uncle is what got me. They're what got me into gaming. Okay, they had a Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1, 2, all that stuff. Right?
Yeah.
PlayStation 2 had a game called Bloody Roar. And
Never heard of it.
it's a fighting game, but you could transform into like a monster. So like one of the guys turned into a gray wolf, one guy turned into fucking tiger. One chick turned into a bunny. Super cool transformation mechanics. Legitimately.
What is it called?
Bloody Roar. One of the best.
Oh wait.
Bloody Roar.
Cody, didn't you tell me about Bloody Roar? Like last year we were talking about video games and Bloody Roar
It
was like on
doesn't
your list.
sound familiar to me at all.
Okay.
Look it up quick. Bloody
All right,
Roar.
hold on. I'm looking.
Super good. My aunt and uncle would kick the shit out of me and my brother on
It's
this
a
game.
series.
It's a series. It's
It
got a lot.
is.
Okay,
It is
okay. It's
so-
a 2D fighting game. It's like Mortal Kombat, but
Yeah.
like Mortal Kombat's genre of game.
Yes.
Got it.
So Mortal
Okay.
Kombat is you have the one pane
Yeah.
left and right.
Yep.
This one is technically more dimensional.
Yeah.
Where you have the Z axis.
That's like Budokai 3. Like Budokai 3 is like that, where it's like
Okay.
where it's like a dome.
I
and
wish
you-
I could say yes.
Yeah.
But my aunt and uncle would kick the shit out of us, and instead of a controller, my brother would beat the fuck out of me. Why would you fucking lose? You wouldn't. No, you kick the shit out of me.
Cody
so
just
like,
punches walls.
so like I'm not. So
I broke a controller a couple weeks
I'd
ago.
say controller abuse didn't happen until child abuse became a real problem.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Couldn't be your kid anymore.
Like
so
you can't beat your kid, so I'm gonna throw this controller against the wall. That's when control.
You
That's
can't throw your child.
yeah.
Then you
I
throw
think
a
there was
controller.
progressions. Before controller abuse was just flat child abuse.
Did you imagine you get your ass kicked in Call of Duty and you just grab your kid and chuck him against the wall?
Did you see the guy on Twitch that got he got like banned and like canceled because of all that? He was playing like I think it was like one of the NBA games, and he's yelling at his like 3-year-old, and like he threw his controller at the wall, yelled at his 3-year-old, and like big problem. Child abuse is now a big problem. I say now specifically.
Yeah,
on
because
purpose.
it's a big problem now because kids
used
from
to
our
not be.
generation used to be able to like tolerate it.
Mother.
It's only a problem now because the kids are so weak.
So weak,
Little pussies.
The weak blood. You didn't play Bloody Roar, and it shows. Right.
Well, back to Star Wars.
So back,
Yeah,
so back to Star Wars.
Well,
I think that we should have. I'm just kidding.
Well, okay, so Star Wars games, like Lego Star Wars, like for
Lego is so the Lego Star Wars.
the Lego
is
Star
so
Wars are
good.
great. You had the original
The
trilogy
comedy.
Lego, you had the prequel trilogy Lego, then you had the complete saga, and then you had the complete saga. Then they updated the complete saga once you had the sequel.
That's how I got my kids
trilogy
into
up.
gaming.
Yeah, I hate it.
Do you really?
No, I loved Lego Star Wars.
Oh,
Lego Star
my
Wars was
heart.
actually no, it was actually one of those grindy games that I was actually really looking for like certain hidden pieces.
Yeah, it's
there-
like fun as hell. And
there's
the
so few games that are like
the
that.
way that they tell the Star Wars story with that little bit of comedy.
A little
yeah,
bit.
no dialogue. It's just. Well,
Yeah.
it used to be no dialogue. I think it is
It
now.
used to be just noises. Yeah, like
Right.
"Arr."
Yeah, well, and for kids,
I
you
think
don't
it still is.
for
I
kids
get
you
it.
don't really need them to have dialogue.
They
Kids
just
don't
need to
care.
understand the humor because
Yeah,
like
you-
Jar Jar Binks being a retard is like part of.
Yeah, it comes through.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like it shows through. It's so good.
Oh, let me throw this grenade at you, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Woo.
Well, with the things coming out for Star Wars now, it's just like, all right, we got the Acolyte, and no one gives a shit about. You got Mandalorian and Grogu movie coming out.
It's a movie now,
Yeah, they're turning season 4 of Mandalorian into a
a
movie,
film.
which was the original idea to begin with, and then they
My kid
switched up.
likes Baby Yoda, but she
Well, of
doesn't
course.
know. You know, she's 3.
She's
doesn't-
stupid.
She doesn't know
Yeah.
Grogu. She doesn't know the franchise.
Right.
Right, it's just a cute little
Like,
green
she just-
guy.
a cute little green guy with no other comprehension of it. So it's like if you're too young, it's irrelevant. If you're middle ground, like if I show my 8 and 9-year-old the Mandalorian, they're not gonna sit there.
Right.
It's not appealing to an 8 9-year-old.
No, there's
It's
no.
not
so-
appealing to 30-year-olds
So
either.
the target audience, well, that's the
appealing
issue.
to anyone.
That's where I'm going with it. Is the target audience is the older generation because no one else gives a fuck about it.
Yeah.
It has to. You have.
Well,
to
they
be an
burned
older
the
person.
brand to the ground, just throwing out dumb show after dumb show, and
Yes, it's
the sequel trilogy
You wanted
sucks.
30-year-olds, and then you burned the fucking bridge with the 30-year-olds.
I'm not
What's
gonna
left?
lie. I don't think there's a single Star Wars project that has come out since Disney took over, with the exception, my personal exception. I'm making one carve out. Not a single Star Wars project has looked even remotely appealing to me, and I gave them a good faith.
You
effort
liked Rogue
try.
One?
You have to give them.
I liked Rogue One is the only one that I actually liked.
Andor is actually a pretty good show. It's the same dude that no, was it the same guy that did Rogue One? I don't know. It's in the same. It's following the same character anyway.
I watched one of the Ray movies, and then I think the second one, and I haven't.
Well, there's another trilogy of Ray movies that they're gonna do.
I can't. Well, I heard that was actually. I heard that was actually like on the chopping block. Like Ridley was like making decisions about not being involved.
They've announced like 7 movies, and they've canceled every single one of them. There was like the activist chick,
running out of female actors.
Activist documentary chick that they hired as a director kind of announced it before Disney did, kind of just to like try to seal the deal.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. It might not happen. Probably won't happen.
I mean, what would Disney even do if like Disney at some point is gonna. I mean, at some point, I'm saying at some point they're going to run out of money. I'm honestly wondering if like it's even possible for them to run out of money. Just like if they took their entire company net worth and had it in the stock market growing at 7%, and then just lost $1 billion on every movie that ever came out, they'd still be probably break even.
Money is so fake, though. I mean, you think back to when like COVID happened and we're going to shut down all the airlines, and the government's like, no, you're not.
Yeah, that's not happening. We need those planes
we need those. I'd argue it's the same thing for entertainment. At some level, I think the government, if Disney came out tomorrow and said, hey, we're shutting down, I truly believe that the government would come in and say, hey, Disney Plus, all these franchises, all these actors,
we got to subsidize.
I think at some level, the government can't afford to lose it. I truly think that.
I think that.
I could be wrong. I don't have to be. It's not a hill I have to, fucking die on, but I think.
I think that it boils down to like mainstream media will die out before entertainment.
Exactly.
Like mainstream media, or like news, those types of platforms will die out before entertainment of any kind. The wokest entertainment.
It already is. Like journalists are losing their jobs left and right. There's actually this one. I think it was a chick. I assume it was.
She was gay.
Gay and lame. Wrote an article basically. Like begging the government to fund journalism.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that story. Yeah, that was.
I can't go to the Bismarck fucking Tribune without them saying, "Give us $30 a month."
Yeah.
Why would I want local newspaper right now? I mean,
shut up.
Can I just? So personally, like I come from family that actually founded a newspaper, like in our local area.
So sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's like the biggest paper in this area, but it's
so big.
Yeah, it's so big. But even I'm just like, I pick it up just to see if there's any major news that I'm missing, and the answer is always no.
In our local area, yeah.
Like, our local area, like. Okay, so I'm from a small town, like 600 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
How the fuck is there a newspaper to this day? It doesn't make sense. I now see why my mom has like articles of me playing in the snow in the newspaper. There's nothing else to report. Kids playing in the snow in October.
We mostly just had like a school paper.
We had like Grant County News, and then our newspaper source handles Grant County, and then like Carson and like
all the local counties, yeah.
All the other counties, right? Because like there's no like what the fuck are you gonna report on?
Yeah. Well, so a few years ago,
the mayor stubbed his toe.
How's it the government's problem to pay for that though? That's what I'm confused on.
Well, the thing is that all of the major I got into a really good like deep argument about this with someone regarding the
argument or discussion. I want to be clear.
Legitimate argument.
Really?
Because they told me
who the fuck can argue on this topic?
Okay, well, it's not about, it's more about so all of the news in America is controlled by 6 entities, and they contested with me because my family like had that role to play in the newspaper, and they're like, how could you say that as someone who's like a part of this like local news community, like someone who part of this?
You're part of the fucking problem, man.
I'm part of the problem. Well, and I deep dived into it because I was like, hold on, do I have a blinder here? Am I missing something? No, I was completely fucking correct. All of the national news is given to you by ABC, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, and one other one no one knows. And so, like, all of the national news, all of the local papers get their national news because they are affiliates with one or more of these national news organizations.
You're part of the branch,
yeah.
part of
you pay them,
the branch,
they'll give
part
you
of the trunk. Yeah.
You pay them, they'll give you the story to put on your local paper. That's how like an affiliation with these larger entities works. So even if you claim to be an independent local newspaper,
not a chance.
Your national news comes from You guessed it, one of the fucking companies that can afford to produce national level news.
It's all fake and gay everywhere.
It's all a conspiracy, man. No, but I legitimately crushed
a car
that.
that can run on water, man.
CIA killed Harambe because they went to Epstein's Island with the Clintons. We all knew it.
You're gonna get me wound up on Epstein, man. Fucking a guy in a wheelchair can make it out there. God damn.
So back to Star Wars.
So
we watched the Acolyte trailer, and as I was watching the Acolyte trailer, I was getting like legitimately pissed off watching it because the choreography in the fight scenes was shit.
It's
I'm
arm. You didn't kick me.
I don't even get mad about this. I'm in the apathetic stage when it comes to Star Wars. I just don't give a fuck.
I'm not
about
even
it.
apathetic, but I'm at a point where I just don't fucking care.
Yeah,
that's what apathy
I'm
is.
beyond apathetic. Beyond. I don't know what there should be a word for like beyond. I don't care. They should
ignorance.
Pay me
I don't even know what exists.
They should pay me my time for watching that dog shit trailer.
They should give you that minute and 42 seconds back.
I can't get that back, and I hope I die sooner because of it.
You know that trailer?
It is so bad.
That trailer was ratioed on every single platform by
It was the
magnitudes
first-
of 2 to 3
It was
to
the
1.
first Star Wars trailer to get ratioed.
L
It was
plus ratio.
First one? I don't believe. No way.
Okay, I don't know.
Was,
What do you mean by ratio?
So,
I'm like
More
on
dislikes than likes, or
Oh,
comments and likes. Stuff
This
like
is
that.
the first one.
Yeah,
that's what
You're
surprised
shit.
me.
that's actually surprising.
Shitting
yeah.
on my chest. That is surprising.
Yeah,
doesn't-
Rusty trombone that shit.
Yeah.
Wow. That's fucked.
No, okay, so the Star Wars news is probably
L
like
plus ratio equals loss. Like I was excited.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
it was like a cool kid lingo thing. I'm like, I don't get it.
well the Acolyte trailer isn't even like the biggest news to have come out. We obviously have the stuff with Gamergate 2 Electric Boogaloo that's been going on.
It's my favorite one.
Honestly, so I know a little bit about the first Gamergate that has happened, and we're gonna try to break it down as much as we can for people who don't know.
Is that like gamers versus journalists kind of thing?
So
that's
that's
that's how it was described to me.
So
yeah.
it was the feminists. It was like furry.
Anita Sarkeesian and all that shit.
And it was furry armpit feminists who were pissed that they couldn't dominate or have a role to play in the gaming community.
Feminist.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, is
What?
there any other kind? It's like saying a black and white panda.
You know exactly who I'm talking about when you say it.
Yeah. It's
They
like,
have blue hair. Their sides are cut.
yeah.
We know who we're talking about.
Yeah. We all know.
A lot of metal in their face. Yeah.
Yeah. So the original Gamergate, the
Their
original
ears have actual weight. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So the original Gamergate had something to do with like feminism in the gaming industry, trying to be like more predominant. There was someone named Zoe Quinn so she was trying to like influence the gaming community through games journalism to like force the gaming community to accept certain levels of feminism and woke ideology into the gaming community. And this was like 2014-15, like kind of before woke was really a
It took a
dominant
decade
term.
for us to come out with a
advocate
sequel.
here.
There's no way to justify this.
Do you remember there was a PS3 game where it was
one?
like a chick character fighting dragons? Does this ring a bell to anyone?
Not even a little bit.
I mean, there's like
Women
Heavenly
can't-
Sword.
We all
I
know
think.
women can't fight dragons.
Well, we all know that,
Right.
And
Like, it's
because
known.
It's
I
a fact.
I had a PS, and so
We've done our
This is
research.
the devil's advocate. I can understand. I'll acknowledge. If you want to call it a problem, I'm part of it. That game I didn't buy because back then when I played
It was a chick.
it was a fucking chick, and I'm a dude.
I want to play
I
as
have
a
a
dude.
penis. The character should have a penis. I don't get to see it,
Well,
but
it
I know.
could. It could identify
That was fake back in the day.
a chick with a stick.
Well, listen. Like,
And so, like I did this game. It looked super cool. It kind of reminded me back in the day. God of War was for dudes because you played as
Yeah.
Kratos. Okay, chicks could play as this Dragon Slayer bitch. Super cool concept. I'm not fucking playing it because it's a woman. So part of me,
I don't want anyone calling me gay.
I'm not gay.
That was the
I
reason.
don't like the people that play. You could take it to the people that play World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Who have female characters.
Yeah.
You couldn't pay me money to play as a female character
No.
because like it just bothers the shit out of me.
How do you
And
feel about the finals then? Like you like
I only play as the dude.
you've okay.
The cross dressing. Listen,
it's fucking weird.
it's weird, but I don't like. Remember when we were playing and there's
The black dude with the dress,
black
yeah.
dude playing as the-
Never
Listen,
trust the black dude with dress.
You couldn't pay me money to play as the character, but dying to it was funnier than fuck.
Yeah.
I'll accept that it exists in this world. Doesn't bother me.
Uh-huh.
I just can't bring myself. Oh, I'm a black dude playing a chick in a dress. Like, no,
Disguised as the other dude.
I am the whitest dude on this planet,
Yeah.
and I dress accordingly.
You are see-through. You are
I'm so
transparent.
With that snowstorm outside, I go out there, you lose me. Thank God I'm wearing blue.
Yep.
You would fucking lose me. I'm so white. So, devil's advocate,
So
I
white.
understand.
Shockingly Caucasian.
I can understand where they're coming from, where they say women need a representation. But it goes back to...
A lot of this also had to do with like fucking female armor in fantasy games. Where it's
Yeah.
like it doesn't cover
Because,
shit. It's like
okay, if
even girls are like,
'cause
yeah,
then
I want my chick to be
change-
hot.
Change
Yeah.
change to the fucking... I want to make money on my video game.
Yep.
There are dudes that want to play as female characters. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
What character
Like friendship.
What do they want to play as? The chick in a bikini with the best armor, or the chick that's fully covered?
That looks like Friar Tuck. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they're gonna pay money for one and not the other.
Let me just...
So you go back to the business model, and it's like, yeah, they're gonna be fucking in bikinis with really good armor rating.
Can I say like games like what's that fucking mobile game that's like really popular? It's like the Weeb one.
Raid, Shadow Legends.
No, it's not. It's not the.
They're everywhere.
Genshin Impact.
Genshin Impact.
Genshin
like,
Impact.
That game actually like turns me off as like a game to even try. Like
I wish it was good for one reason.
Well, hold on. It plays to that weeb like attracted audience, and I just like it like the advertising about it just makes me feel like super fucking weird about it. I'm just not at all interested in trying games
What
that
I like-
go over and above the top when it comes to like the hypersexualization of female characters in games.
I don't care about that.
I'm
I'm a dude though.
Right.
My opinion on that
You
is
ever played
irrelevant.
Nier
I don't care.
Automata?
Yeah. The reason I love the concept of that game, Genshin Impact,
Yeah,
is
Genshin.
because I played on my computer and I drove into work today. I'm gonna play over my lunch hour, pull it up on my phone, and it's the same fucking game. Same progress, same everything. Warframe just came out with their mobile app, but it's fucking unheard of to play a PC game and make progress on your phone.
Sure.
So part of me loves Genshin Impact because they said, hey, play the game on mobile or PC, same fucking game.
Well, regardless of
I love that. I think so. For that, I commend them. But I do agree with you.
Yeah,
in the regards of
regardless of like the mechanics of the game, the quality of the gameplay, the community itself, none of that is like super relevant to like the hypersexualization of female characters in games and most media in general makes it almost impossible, even if I like it. Like there's a lot of like anime content that I love that has like hypersexualization of the female characters in it. Even if it is a good story, it has characters I like, it has dramatic scenes that I think are really well made. It makes it impossible to recommend that content without sounding like a total fucking creep.
Did you ever watch the movie called Gamer?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Yeah, where he
Gerard
controls
Butler.
Gerard Butler.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
Do you remember the guy that played his wife as the character? And it's all
Oh yeah. It's just some big fat
big
dude.
fat, like
It's all
eating
creep- yeah.
pancakes with
Yeah,
the maple
waffles.
syrup.
Just dumping them in.
Just tell me what you're wearing, boy.
So I'm not gonna like rise above the Gamergate controversy and say that there's not a legitimate, if not well explored, argument about like the hypersexualization of female characters in the gaming community. I actually stand maybe opposed to like that in some respect.
But
I
think
say
of who you're.
objectify everyone.
But who's your fucking audience?
Mostly dudes.
If I am making a video game where I say my goal,
It's called a porn. It's called.
I love a porn. Listen,
A
if
porn.
I'm making
I love
a game,
a singular.
a singular porn, I love it.
You got like
Listen,
one on your phone.
If I made a game with the sole object being I want to make money so I can make my next game, I'm going to make that game as profitable as fucking possible.
Sure. No, I mean,
In some ways, that means sorry women.
no,
Like,
like I said, it's a debate to
cancel
be,
me.
It's a debate
I don't
to
exist
be had.
on the internet.
The Gamergate specifically, the Gamergate situation was more to do with like the journalism and the feminists and the journalists like attacking the gaming community. And this happens.
Journalists are so bad, though. That's the issue. I watched a TikTok like just recently, like back to CCP, fucking favorite company in the planet.
What are you gonna do when they ban it?
When they ban it, I'll eat a bullet.
I'm gonna go to China.
I will
I'm
suck
gonna go
start
touch
it.
some grass.
Suck start at 12 gauge. Like,
I'll name every blade.
there was a TikTok of this guy. He has a pretty good following on TikTok, like 12,000 people. That's not. If I was in a room playing a video game and there's 12,000 people watching me, I'd be like, there's a fuck ton of people watching me. I think people are numb to that number.
Sure.
So let's say he had 12,000. I could be wrong. He played Elden Ring, and he's like, I'm gonna play Elden Ring for 90 minutes. And if I don't like it, I'm moving on.
Sure. I mean, that's how you. That's
like, right.
Yeah.
That's how he does his journalism.
Because at 2 hours, you're not allowed to return it.
Right. So he does exactly. That's actually it's a really cool
That's the
concept.
Steam return policy. Yeah.
Right. So he does 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And gives his review. He does Elden Ring, and he got the shit kicked out of him. But he's
As
fighting.
one does.
He's fighting the. Do you remember when you come out of the main area? There's a guy on the fucking horse, the Sentinel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fought him for 90 minutes and
The
then
hell's his
returned the
name
game.
again?
And he's like, I'm done. And I'm like.
See, what I did is I
po-
just skipped that guy and moved
That's
on.
the point. The point of that guy is to not fight him and realize you
Is it
can
Godric
move on.
or something? I think it's Godric.
No, it's not Godric. That's actually one of the bosses. This is just a fucking tree sentinel. Like he's a fucking nobody, but he's so strong when you are a nobody.
Yeah.
But
You're
this
nobody.
guy does a legitimate game review of Elden Ring, saying it's a bad game because you can't fight the first boss.
Well,
That's not even a boss.
You don't even have to play Elden Ring to acknowledge its like impact on the gaming community. It was like 2 years, it was like 2 years, 3 years where that game
and they have
is
DLC
just
coming out.
dominated, dominating as in the top 20 of
Well,
games.
I think it's only like a year old.
No, it came out.
No, dude, it's
like
dude,
2 years, 3 years old. At this
Your
point.
time is
I'm going a
fucked.
year and a half.
I bet you it's 2 years.
I mean, keep talking, but
2 years, possibly 3. But
Yeah, I mean, I played it for a little bit. Souls-like games aren't really my thing.
I only play them when you can do multiplayer. I would rather play a multiplayer game or not play at all. I hate playing solo player games. Unless they're
I don't like playing with people. People are gay.
Unless they're like Vampire Survivors, or right now I've been really big on Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, which is single player. But
2 years. As of
2
15
years?
days ago.
So
Okay,
so 2 years.
So it's a 2-year-old game, and it had such a huge impact because fucking Dark Souls 3 was. It's a high impact game on the community, even if it's not a million people. It's such a high number of diehard fans.
Yeah, it probably took the place of, for people who are not, 10 plus years into. Well, how old is like World of Warcraft? Is that over like 25
that's
years old?
gotta be
3?
20, dude.
It's like 20 years old.
I bet
Yeah,
you
I
it's
think it's
2025.
Yeah,
It's gotta be in there.
So World of Warcraft has like this dedicated fan base that will never abandon that game, right? So I think Elden Ring, it's probably like an 8 to 10 ratio of like how loyal they are.
I think it depends on their content. They came out the new DLC. I think that's gonna push the game another 2 years.
Yeah.
And then they're just going to drop another Souls-like game, and then that'll be
And that's just it. It's either another DLC for another 2 years to get them to that 6 to 8 year mark.
Yeah.
Or a new Souls-like game. I think that's their only option, if you ask me.
Well, I mean, how did we get to Elden Ring?
We went.
yeah.
I don't even know. We were on GamersGate, and
Yeah.
we transitioned to Elden Ring being a god tier game.
It is a god tier game.
Back to wokeness and gaming.
So wokeness in gaming.
So
You
Gamergate
can't play
won.
Elden Ring as a woman. Change my mind.
So Gamergate 1. Okay, Gamergate 1 from 2014, 2015, it happened. That's history.
Yep.
We've moved past it, and we got through the last 10 years, we got through the last nearly 10 years, and the gaming community has not really thrived. Like
What the fuck is Pizzagate?
that's a different thing.
That's a whole different thing.
What the fuck is that?
Hold on, stay on this. Stay on this because it's going to be hard enough
the
to.
article. Pizzagate.
It's a Hillary thing with baby blood. Who knows?
It's going
it
to
goes
be
down
hard
there.
enough to get through this one without like derailing.
Yeah.
You gotta stay on this.
Gamergate.
So Gamergate 1, We get through 2016. It's partially political too, because all of these feminists.
Can you scroll down
all
a little?
All of these journalists and everything want to go through. Yeah, I got you. All of these journalists and everything want to get through. They want to get through like the politics of their ideology into the gaming community. They want to influence the games to like reflect themselves, and they want. You're a toddler. I can't even fucking have this. Here, all yours, man.
I want the remote.
Why is that not working? Give me the trackpad.
Anyhow.
So all of these journalists want to get through the entirety of and control the gaming industry, and they want to be like the only voices talking about gaming. Now, the gaming community sees their fucking ideology on full display. They see them like calling the gamers like racist bigots, like all these like, misogynists, all these awful like fucking terms to call people.
Which I am.
And
it's because she thinks her name is Anne Frank. Change my mind. She thinks she's cool because she's got a relation that doesn't exist. Fuck me.
But fast forward to where we are today, and we've gotten through. The gaming community has actually like struggled to like keep its place in the world, because you had like Black Lives Matter, the LGBT community have really influenced the gaming industry significantly. I mean, you have entire like games that will like ban you if you have certain types of names.
Yeah, or you put something in chat or
you
whatever.
put something in chat. Like, and then we had the news that broke last year with Xbox Live banning people if they like in their private chats. So, are you familiar with this, Snipe? Like, so.
Didn't even have to be public again.
Yeah. So if you had a private chat on the Xbox platform and you were messaging people and you had certain keywords that were like hate speech, or if you like were certain like types of harassment or like calling people certain things in your private messages with other people on the platform, Xbox could nuke your account, could eliminate your Xbox Live account in its entirety without warning.
Does that include people on your friends list?
Yeah, as part of your terms of service. As part of the terms of
Really?
service, yeah, it's covered under that. So it's
okay. So
we broke this.
I
news
will.
last
I
year
will
in one of
attempt
our
to do
recordings.
devil's advocate.
Don't do it.
If I'll attempt.
Don't do it.
If I'm talking,
Don't make me hate
if I'm
you.
in a COD lobby and I drop the gamer word on someone,
Which one?
There is only one.
There's only one gamer word.
There is only one gamer
There's
word.
one that sits above
But if
all
I
else.
say that to my best friend
Honky.
in a private chat, like he's gonna understand the context.
But
you're telling me Microsoft didn't care the friends list or not?
I can't tell you how many times that policy has been executed. I can't point to those numbers.
Okay.
But what I can tell you is that the literal policy does state, like, for hate speech and conduct unbecoming or things like that, your account can be terminated.
Kiss my ass.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not. I mean, this isn't like. This is like.
Are they okay? Do you remember when we spoke about Pal Worlds and we talked about we spoke about the political, like, okay, they're a Japanese company. Mm-hmm. If there's a lawsuit against them on free use, it's Japanese law, which has no free use laws.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, where the fuck is this fucking Microsoft? Is that not, I don't know, a fucking Seattle, Washington of the USA?
That sounds right.
Am I fucking crazy? Which means there's a First Amendment right of freedom of speech.
Well,
and
so
America
Yeah, but
has
it's on their platform. It's not like it's like a
kiss
public
my ass.
space.
I don't give a fuck.
No, they are legally. They could legally do it. I mean, I'm totally
they?
against it.
They can. So here's the case.
That's what happened to
So
fucking Amendment 1?
Well, so the First Amendment protects you from government intervention against your free speech. It doesn't protect you, like, if I tell you to shut up, like, that's not your First Amendment being violated. Like, I can't violate your First Amendment as an individual, and my company can't violate your First Amendment as a company. But the government can violate your First Amendment as the government.
So when you say, do you mean like the state government or the federal government?
Either. Government actors, like
the
a police.
No,
like
that's
a police
the point of the
officer.
fucking Constitution.
Well, hold on. A police officer can't infringe on your First Amendment, right? A police officer can't. That's like the smallest enactable agent of the government.
But a corporation can basically say what can
We
and
pay
cannot
money,
be said
so you
on
can't
my
say this?
platform. Yeah.
Oh, kiss my ass.
Well,
kiss my white honky ass.
So this
no
is actually
way.
in the Supreme Court right now, and the case that, and I don't remember who it is exactly. It might be, God damn it, I think it might be Facebook maybe. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But the argument from the platform to the Supreme Court is, it has our logo in the corner. It has our font. It's on our platform using our tools. It's our speech. And you can't force us to say your words, even if your intent is for you to be saying these words. If you believe you're saying these words, well, they're still coming out of my mouth as Microsoft. Microsoft is the one prompting the words into existence through their platform. Even if you're typing it, Microsoft is the executable, right? Like
I hate that makes sense.
It does, though, right? Now here's the issue with, like, at the government level, you had the FBI working with Twitter to censor speech. So the government was actioning the platforms against free speech, which is government action. So the government, that's why, like, the First Amendment is not going to protect the federal government with all the Twitter files and stuff. That was really not where I was planning on this going, but I'm really glad I knew what I was talking about here.
Me too, because, like, I was ready to stand up and, like, have you ever heard of fisticuffs?
I
was ready to
fisticuffs.
fucking show you.
We go throw
I was
down.
ready.
We go.
Hey man, I'm not the government.
Now the case here. Now the best case for how to correct the Microsoft issue is antitrust. Microsoft has Xbox and Windows. They have near a monopoly on the gaming industry as a platform, nearly a monopoly. They own half of the market, or like over a third of the market share in console games. They own more than half of the market share in gaming because Apple can't play gaming well.
And then it's fucking Linux,
Yep.
which
So-
it got better because of the Steam Deck.
So
but
Microsoft doesn't have besides PlayStation, which I don't believe PlayStation has this policy, but besides PlayStation, they don't have any real meaningful competition, and they're so large, and anyone who wants to make a gaming platform is going to have to use their tools to build the platform.
I'm so passionate. My watch just told me this was a high stress period. I'm so passionate about this that my watch has detected my stress level.
So, like, the best remedy for, like, dealing with, like, the Microsofts and the Microsoft and the social media censorship is to vote with your dollars. But when the market says
But I'm
Microsoft
poor.
is your only option, now it's an antitrust issue. And as someone who's, like, very free market,
So you're a big fan of the EU? You must be.
No.
Really?
No.
Dude, we can have. I'm about to start another topic.
No.
I
We
love-
gotta stay on this.
No,
we gotta finish
this
Gamergate.
Fucking EU has done some good
This ain't a political podcast.
It's not.
About to be.
We might as well start one up. But
The point of what I was getting at with the Microsoft is that the only remedy against, like, monopolies is the antitrust like arguments. Those are the only thing. It beat Steam. So Steam lost a big antitrust lawsuit last year.
Steam did.
Yeah.
Epic did. I love.
Epic Epic winning against Apple?
They did win.
They did,
I
right?
love what Epic has done.
Yeah. So
You can have your opinion on Epic and
For now.
Fortnite and all that bullshit. My kids at 8 and 9 years old play Fortnite, and I love what Epic has done.
you're raising them gay?
I'm raising them as humans. So, as I'll give you like just a quick example of why I like Epic.
all right, real quick, because we do got to get back to Gamergate too.
Real
but
quick.
Real quick.
My kids are 8 and 9. What's my biggest fear on the internet?
Sex.
Literally, actually.
I have no idea. I'm not a parent of 9 and 8-year-olds. I don't know.
My biggest fear is people on the internet as a whole.
Yeah.
Epic says you can't play Fortnite unless you're however fucking years old, right?
Yeah.
I was honest on my kids' account creation.
Yep.
And I said my kids are 8 and 9 years old. Mm-hmm. Epic said you can play Fortnite, but you can't talk to random people.
Interesting.
You can't add friends without your parents' permission and a code that only your parents know.
Yeah. That's actually not a bad idea.
It's fucking amazing because my kids can go on Fortnite, either
works
get
with
the shit
Pornhub?
kicked.
That
I
works with
fucking wish, but I'm a network.
Talk to people.
I'm a
You
network
can't
engineer.
comment on this Bukkake
So
video.
as a network
Comments.
engineer, I had to whitelist my MAC address.
Yeah.
So I can watch, but my kids. It's a long story.
So I can
but my
watch, but my kids
kids.
You're a hypocrite. Okay, I got you.
I'm a Steam individual. I like Steam. It's what I use.
I do too. Yeah.
I love what Epic has done for developers and for parents. I can't fault them.
I get it.
My kids went on Fall Guys. I can't talk to them, and I'm their fucking dad.
Yeah.
I had to make you
Want a
can't
candy bar?
on Fall
Shut up,
Guys
Dad.
because my kids are 8 and 9. They can't add me even with a parent code.
Okay.
My kids can't talk to me on Fall Guys.
I think that says more about your account than it does theirs.
Well, horse piece. I
They ain't caught me yet.
made a Discord so my kids can talk to me while we play Fall Guys.
Sure.
I love what Epic has done.
Oh, side note, you got to help Cody get Discord set up on his PlayStation.
I don't
easy.
need the help, but
Anyway,
He might. No.
Anyway.
I love what Epic has done, and I will continue to support them.
Well, that's great.
Anyways.
No, okay, so we got to return to Gamergate 2
We can go back.
It is like the biggest topic to discuss.
Yep.
So just to preview this, and Cody, you'll fact check me if I got anything wrong here and fill in the blanks, all right? But let me just try to speed run this a little bit. So Gamergate 2.
wrong.
Gamergate 2, it's not even the name. You're fat, you're big. Rosie O'Donnell.
2.0.
Gamergate 2.0.
My opponent's gay.
So Gamergate 2.0 actually didn't have its it didn't actually populate into existence until most of the controversy had already come out about it.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about this shit for years now. It's just that the mainstream's finally.
Well, Flash,
Mainstream media.
Yellow Flash was actually trying really hard to prevent Gamergate 2 from being titled to it. I watched 5 of his videos. He's like, don't give this air. Don't call it Gamergate 2. It breathes power into these journalists who are going to use it to get more ads and clicks. It's just going to make them better. So Yellow Flash is a YouTuber who's very much kind of in the same realm and sphere as we are, as far as the way we complain and talk about woke influence into gaming. But so where this kind of started, where the nexus of this was it came from Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, which, people have been complaining about. They gave it a bunch of bad reviews and scores. People were generally pissed about how, the Justice League was killed off. It was, a great offense to, really iconic characters. And just really, really poorly and disgustingly done. It was really just shittily made.
Yeah, I mean, that was, the straw, I'd say, that broke the camel's back was that one.
Exactly. And then there was this he was kind of like a nobody, right? He didn't have a platform. He didn't really have a YouTube presence. But you'll tell me. I mean, I don't know for sure. I didn't watch.
Are you talking about the guy on Steam or whatever?
The guy on Steam who created the content
just
page.
Lists every game that Sweet Baby Inc. and a bunch of other companies that are hired to make your narrative more woke in the game.
Yeah. So Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League inspired this guy to create a Steam forum page. And the purpose of the forum page was to identify the company Sweet Baby Inc. and their influence in certain games and tell the community, these are the games this company is involved in. Sweet Baby Inc. specifically is really responsible for a game developer will take their project and hand it over to Sweet Baby Inc. to kind of audit it, more or less, to make sure
it's
hits
basically
add a chick and make them gay.
Yeah, we need a black guy
Exactly.
here. We need this deaf gay chick over here, kind of thing.
So they'll sort through the campaign. They'll sort through the characters, the actors, the voice actors, the all of the dialogue, everything, and they'll basically apply scores and credit and point out specific quote-unquote problem areas that need to be remedied before the game hits the market in order to hit certain DEI, ESG, and woke criteria.
It's funny that the game companies are so lazy that they can't even be woke on their own. They have to hire it out.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I could throw a fucking stick in the ocean and be able to say, yeah, no, I'm not hitting the black audience. It's not hard. I don't understand why you have to...
Well, so,
what the fuck am I missing here?
Well, the frustration around Sweet Baby Inc. specifically was that they are responsible for telling all of these game developers and influencing them to create all of this woke stuff in their game and where to put it and what to do.
That's why Spider-Man 2 was pretty woke.
Exactly. So, Sweet Baby Inc., now all of a sudden, this creator, he puts this forum out, and Sweet Baby Inc. calls it a harassment campaign and rally a bunch of games journalists and influencers and content creators to simply attack this guy unrelentingly.
Which all he did was put out already public info. It's like, hey, this is the game Sweet Baby Inc. has worked on. It's on their fucking website. I'm just putting it on here.
Now, just to paint a picture about the influence of this page on Steam was the first time I realized that forums on Steam existed.
And it has whatever it takes, baby.
It has 329,000 followers to this page alone.
And again, I said this earlier. I think people are numb to that number because they're like, oh, it's not 3 million, 5 million. Yeah. I want you to sit in a room with 328,942 people and make a statement of some kind. Fucking relevant, irrelevant. Hear ye. I say this. That's a lot of fucking people.
Well, the gaming industry is tremendous. The gaming industry is larger than Hollywood.
Well, then you got all the other people that aren't technically following. It's like, I'm not following this guy, and I know everything about this. So there's even more people there.
There's more people who just aren't, like, in the Steam. Exactly, what you said. And so here's what happens next. So now all of a sudden... So this is the big controversy. This is what gets pointed to as GamerGate 2, is this forum being created and journalists calling it out as a harassment campaign, attacking it. Now, once you have the gaming industry coming out and being attacked by all these games journalists and all these influencers and content creators, then you have all of the news around the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI getting involved. I
forgot about that.
Yeah, so the Department of Homeland Security gets involved, the FBI gets involved, and they're starting to apply grants, federal money, federal tax dollars. You listeners, you listeners, your tax dollars were given from both the FBI and Department of Homeland Security out to certain journalists and other nonprofits in order to spread the word about the extremism in gaming and all of the harassment campaigns. And this is the shit they were talking about. This is like the top news story on... So Take This is a platform. TakeThis.org is a nonprofit that we're going to specifically talk about in a second. But their number one page on their website is talking about GamerGate 2 and all the harassment that stemmed from it and what's going on with it. Meanwhile, you have the CEO or the president or one big executive of Sweet Baby Inc. When the news broke that Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z, died, that guy went on Twitter and called him racist for his depiction of Mr. Popo.
Yeah.
After the news fucking broke that he died, he has the nerve to fucking call this guy out. I mean, we did, but it was about the quality of his work. And I'd like to think that if we were sitting down at a table with Akira Toriyama and just gave him some honest, like, fun ideas about what Dragon Ball could have been, that he would be like the kind of guy that'd be like, yeah, that might have been a cool idea to explore. We'll never get to now, but whatever. So, I mean...
this whole thing has just gotten way the fuck out of hand.
Well, and again...
But it's to the point now to where it's like Sweet Baby Inc. is like even having them mentioned with your company is now just like bad for business.
Yeah, so much. Do you want to tell what happened with that? Like the example that happened this last...
You go ahead.
So there was another company that just broke. I think it was Awakening. Yeah.
These companies, like, they have the weirdest fucking names. Sweet Baby Inc. There's one like called like Black Girl or like Gaming, G-A-Y-mer, gamer.
So I think it was the game called Awakening, where the creator or like the developers reached out to the creator of this forum and said, "Hey, take us off of your list. We didn't work with Sweet Baby Inc." But in the credits for the game, they're accrediting to specific members of Sweet Baby Inc. Like, they have specific accreditations for these people involved in that company. And so they left them on. Now, the creator of the forum reached out and said, "Hey, can you just because you
show receipts?
Can you prove that they're not involved because you literally cite them in your credits? Can you just give me something to justify taking you off because you literally said they were involved yourselves? You said that." And they ghosted them. Didn't say a fucking word. And their game is now on this list, and it's dead. It's fucking dead.
I didn't even hear about this game.
I need to like visit like the numbers for how well it did coming out, but the guys were so desperate to like stay off of this list that they reached out to the creator of the forum directly, and as soon as he asked for receipts, radio silence.
Well, it's because again, 328,000 people. Like It's not a small fucking number. People they think YouTube subscriber numbers. Like, if they don't got 5 million people, they're not popular.
Yeah, it's basically 330,000 people just didn't buy your game now because it's on that list.
Yeah.
And so, like...
That's not a small fucking number.
And the last thing about this that I really have to like contribute to it is the nonprofits that are like absorbing the tax dollars to like attack the gaming industry. They're doing shit like participating in like these gaming conventions. They're on panels.
Scroll down on this.
Yeah. They're on panels. They have upcoming. They're going to be at PAX 2024. They're doing like these fundraisers. They have their own newsletters. They have their own forums. They're specifically responding to GamerGate 2, and they're like dealing with like the GamerGate's response to Sweet Baby Inc. and all the controversy. I read.
Look how they describe GamerGate 2. Yeah. It's about. You just had it. Oh, it's the latest targeted harassment campaign within the gaming industry. It's a targeted harassment campaign to call out like, hey, these guys are fucking up your games with all this woke garbage.
Exactly. So that's like the shit that now I actually went through these guys like website like link by link, and I actually found their like tax forums because they're a non-profit. They have to publicly release their tax forums.
Montreal based.
Yeah,
I found.
Of course.
That's all I needed to hear.
These guys have collected almost over $700,000 in American tax dollars in grants from the Department of Homeland Security and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, specifically to attack the gaming community with like these woke agendas and ideological like bends.
I mean, that's a war you can't win. The gamers always win.
They absolutely do, and
they got a shitload of free time, and they're autistic as fuck, dude.
Yeah,
amen, brother. Got up top.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for 4chan to get involved in this more seriously.
Oh, dude, 4chan will destroy anyone.
Honestly, like even
your opinions and values, fucking irrelevant.
You know, like
no.
Do you remember? I think it was like 2017. Anonymous hacked the Xbox Live and PlayStation over Christmas. Mm-hmm. Did you hear that
over
story?
fucking Christmas?
Like Xbox Live and PlayStation were down for like 3 days, 4 days.
It was almost 5.
Yeah, it was a long time. I'm just like, hey, Anonymous. I'm praying to the gods, Anonymous. Would you please do something about this? Would you like lock?
As a guy that only plays multiplayer, I hate what they do. Yeah. But as a guy that has like a moral compass that aligns with what I believe in.
Sure.
Yeah,
so you have a moral compass.
I have one, but
that sentence didn't need to exist.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not a grammar coach.
But like the fact that
I morally agree with myself.
They fucked me. I didn't like it, but I like what they did. I didn't like the impact that it had on me. Very selfish.
What's insane though is like the gaming industry is the biggest industry on the planet right now. They made 100
Grand Theft Auto versus the fucking movie industry was fucking huge.
Yeah, I mean, gaming in general just made $180 billion last year, and Hollywood made under 50.
I'm not just trying to be a contrarian here, but just a clarification. Like the beauty market actually is like the biggest industry in the world.
Porn is probably
kiss my ass.
I'm talking about like entertainment.
Again,
wait. Are you guys making the case that porn is the biggest like industry 100%. In the world? The entire industry that revolves around like fucking free content.
Emphasis on fucking.
On free fucking content.
I think it goes drugs, oil, porn.
That's fair. Honestly, I don't even know. It doesn't matter.
I'm talking about entertainment industry. I guess porn can be entertainment too. Whatever.
I wasn't trying to just shit on you. I was just clarifying. I might even be wrong.
You know what? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Fuck you.
I know. Fuck me. Porn industry.
Fucking porn.
I can't be in porn. I'm too white.
Too white.
I'm too white and a male.
According to Sweet Baby Inc., any porn I'm in is fucking.
It's problematic.
It's problematic. So I mean, it sounds
Can we get a black guy in this one too?
So did I
bring on our neighbors that are gone?
Yeah, just to recap because you missed something real quick.
I heard. The
Akira Toriyama thing. Did you hear the Akira Toriyama part? Okay, you did. Got it. So we covered all of the bases I think that current events with Gamergate 2, right now, the gaming community is just paying attention. That's the only thing that's really happening right now.
All these
just
white
watching.
dudes.
Yeah, we're just watching and seeing, like, hey, is there more of this going on? Who are these other companies that are doing this? Which dev studios are, like, creating this shit? Where's the rest of this tax money coming from? The most frustrating thing about this when it comes to, like, the taxes is that no politician is gonna take this fucking seriously when you go to them and say the FBI is attacking gamers.
Dude, where you're
like, I don't give a shit.
If you knew where all your taxes go, you would immediately stop paying them. But
you should cover the Matt Walsh response or what? Wait, yeah.
Or Matt, basically the Daily Wire and
Why do I
conservatives.
pay taxes on my gas for my roads to be shit?
There's basically like conservatives don't take the culture part of the culture in general that seriously. It's like Matt Walsh from the Daily Wire was calling like gamers just like he's basically like, yeah, we're just fat and retarded and it doesn't matter, just leave it all alone.
I mean, it hurts, but it's true. But like, go on. No.
But yeah, so the Daily Wire specifically is like
they're for children, man, babies.
Well, they fired like Candace Owens because of all the political stuff going on with
I
that.
think they just didn't renew her contract and she wanted out anyway.
Right. I mean, why wouldn't she? But I mean, at the same time, they're just the Daily Wire is like really burning itself out for me as far as like I really can't take what they're saying seriously anymore. Like the stuff with Crowder, I mean, whoever you want to blame for the stuff with Crowder doesn't really matter. The point is that they don't
change my fucking mind.
They don't believe in like the small independent creator. And Patrick Bet David is the other content creator who doesn't really believe in the small independent creator. They're trying to build up their own platforms to be these like they're just trying to replace mainstream media. They're not actually trying to create this infrastructure where anyone can rise up. They're literally just stepping on fucking people all the way to the top.
And they come across very pretentious now.
Absolutely.
I watched it. I subscribed to it back in the day, but nowadays it's just like if you're not like in lockstep with them, then it's just like you're a lower person.
You know who makes like in this same vein, who makes the most sense to me is like Angel Studios. Angel Studios are actually open to making like creative content that isn't like just praise the Lord kind of content.
Right.
They're not making like Hallmark movies. They're making like just good movies with positive messaging that
with a moral compass.
With a moral compass attached to it. And they're actually making great shit. Oh, did you hear that the FBI guy who was responsible for Sound of Freedom, he's being sued by the woman who was the villain in that movie?
Oh, fuck's sake.
I can't break this story down. I don't know enough about it, but I read that.
What, like for defamation?
Yeah, something like that. It's like
I didn't traffic that many kids.
You're a pedophile. Good luck winning that trial case.
Have you heard of Epstein's Island?
Biggest client.
I don't mean to like. Do you want? I mean, we have a few minutes left. Do you want to like take the last few minutes to kind of run with like the Monster Hunter stuff? Because
I can. Yeah.
We only have like a few minutes, but
it's
go ahead.
left field. I'll go super quick.
Speedrun, man.
My speedrun conversation is I'm a big fan of Monster Hunter now, and I think Pokemon Go should be shut down. It's dog shit.
Whoa! Whoa, that's a hot take.
Shut it down completely.
Shut down.
How about just don't play it?
Have you heard of a mute button or a block?
It is so far gone beyond the point of Pokemon.
Sure.
People are saying fucking Pal Worlds is a better Pokemon. Pokemon has lost track of who they fucking are. And I'm stuck on Pokemon Go. Because, like, I've been big on Monster Hunter now, which is, hey, I see there's a Rathalos nearby. I want to upgrade my fucking weapon or armor. I'm going to walk that 1.2 miles and fight that Rathalos. Fucking cool. Got it. Pokemon Go is, okay, I want a legendary Pokemon. I'm going to go to bumfucked Egypt, middle of nowhere. I got a Machamp again. Cool. Fuck me. Go to San Francisco and you get a legendary Pokemon. Pokemon Go is so far away from the core mechanic of Pokemon. You don't hang around Pallet Town to fucking capture Pokemon. You leave.
Sure. let's encourage the kids to run out into the middle of a field somewhere to go find the Gyarados.
Fuck that. But go out to middle of Lake Chida, Lake Sakakawea, North Dakota. Fucking go to the middle of it to capture a fucking shiny Gyarados.
Why did they have another like a big bump in revenue? Because like it came out in 2016.
They
made a bill, and then it didn't reach a bill again until 2020. What happened in 2020? The fucking
big update
and Corona. You couldn't do anything else.
You walk around. Well, so the issue though, people didn't want to walk around. They had a big update. They brought in the next gen Pokemon.
Yeah,
and all that shit. They've added.
How many gens are there?
9.
Fucking so many.
Well, there's 9 now.
They're dog shit, man. What Pokemon is that?
It's a lamp.
It looks like a trash bag. Oh, it's Trashmon. Fucking kiss my ass.
They have refrigerators and
they have chandeliers.
Table
they have
fans.
Trash bags. They have fans.
Lawnmower.
It just turned into
kiss my ass.
It just turned into the Beast Mansion from Beauty and the Beast.
It fucking changed my mind.
Got candlesticks and shit running around.
Well, I'm not like
Pokemon has lost its fan base, in my opinion.
Pokemon in its entirety.
I don't know, man. That's like almost cults kind of fans.
If you think that 10th gen's going to be good, kiss my ass.
Well, the new release
what
that
else are they going to fucking do?
So the release that they came out with, I think this is like 2 weeks old now. So this isn't even news at this point. But the release that Pokemon had, where they released Pokemon Legends Z, was one of the most hype moments for Pokemon in the last 5 years.
Name 5 Pokemon from it.
I can't.
Cool.
I can't.
Name 5 Gen 1 Pokemon.
I can't.
You can name about 100 Gen 1 Pokemon.
I can name about 150. You know what I'm saying?
I can do the rap.
Start from number 1.
We have friends who can do the Poke rap.
Yeah.
We have friends who can do the Poke rap.
Like they Pokemon.
Well, let me ask you, Niantic, when they released Pokemon Go, was there a single project before that used the GPS platform?
I don't think so.
It was pretty innovative.
So it piloted
I think Go was the first, and I understand why they did it. But if I said this is the mechanics of Game 1 compared to its predecessor, like what it's fucking part of, Pokemon versus Monster Hunter, it's a fucking night and day.
Well, I think that at 25 years when they ended the original show, which
25 fucking years. That's
Didn't
right
they just
there.
kill off Ash and put a chick in it and make her gay?
No, because he's still 12 for 20 years.
Well, so is Bart Simpson.
Fuck, man.
So Kyle and Stan.
At least it was funny and good. The point wasn't.
No, they moved up a year. They used to be 3rd graders. Now they're 4th graders.
That's true.
After 25 years.
Yeah, that's true.
But like Pokemon Go, you find the most densely populated area, and you'll get your Pokemon.
Sure.
And that goes against the core mechanic of what I believe Pokemon is.
Yeah, I like the way that the Monster Hunter one's set up.
I love how the monster. Like, I want to catch.
I kind of want to get back into
fucking,
Monster Hunter now.
I love the Monster Hunter. I want more Great Jagras because I need a rarity 5 fucking Wyvern gem that drops from the Great Jagras. I see it about a mile away. I'm gonna fucking walk there.
This is all Spanish to me right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tox has no idea what you're talking about.
I have no clue.
Like, it's one of the first monsters you fight in world.
Jagras is it's an easy monster.
Yeah. I like
but
Monster Hunter
you
World.
need the higher star.
I enjoyed Monster Hunter, the Xbox One game. I thought it was fun. I did fall off pretty quickly.
Which one was it? Was it Worlds?
I think
it was.
Yeah,
you fell off.
Yeah, a couple of us all played together.
Guaranteed you'd fucking like Rise, though. Monster Hunter Rise.
I doubt it. Like, this entire universe is just
not,
uninteresting to me.
But
now, that's not the same thing as it being uninteresting.
I think it's a great game.
I believe you.
I love the franchise.
I believe you think these things.
I'm very selfish, and I think Pokemon Go versus Monster Hunter now, it's not a comparison.
I don't think you're going to find a fight here. I mean, like...
I might. No... I've got friends in the Discord
in low places
that only
that we were on the same wavelength.
They do not play Monster Hunter now because they don't want another fucking Niantic game.
Sure,
I get that.
Well, I don't think Niantic would move into a new game. They're not making a sequel to this.
They have Pokemon. They have fucking.
I'm talking about Go.
Harry
I'm talking about
Potter.
Go. They're not going to make a sequel to it.
But they I mean, I'd argue they have because they have Pokemon Go. They have the Harry Potter franchise. They have Monster Hunter. Name another franchise.
Is that the same company doing all these?
Yeah, it's all Niantic.
Oh.
That's part of the issue. Is because they took the benefits of
so
Pokemon
they got a monopoly
Go.
on this shit.
They took the benefits of Pokemon Go
and applied it to different franchises.
And they never applied it to the other franchises, cocksuckers. No, they didn't, and you think they would.
What they needed, what would be really cool is if Niantic partnered with other games to make the Pokemon Go style.
Well, and they have,
game
but they've done dog shit
into like a companion.
Fuck.
I appreciate the passion, but I just have zero passion for this subject.
Fuck, man. Like, oh.
Well, hold on.
Anything mobile, I don't give a fuck about.
I like it because it gets last week in the cold ass weather, I walked a mile a day, so I could go up to fucking Main Street to fucking hunt a Kuliaku. Kiss my ass.
You have a bike. You have many bikes.
The bike hurts my ass because I'm fat and old, so I walked.
God,
I walked a mile to fight a monster.
If your skinny ass is fat, I'm fucking obese.
You know you're supposed to walk well over a mile a day anyway?
I'm supposed to. I work from home and I'm in IT. I don't fucking move, period. I'm happy to do the mile.
I walk back and forth from truck to toolbox constantly. So
we gotta wrap up here. Any final thoughts to add?
Pokemon Go sucks. Monster Hunter's good.
Pokemon Go to the polls. Fuck. Vote for Big Mike.
Cody, anything to add before we wrap up? Final thoughts on Gamergate, maybe?
I'm just glad that it came to light, and now it's like everyone fucking knows about the shit that's destroying their games. So
honestly, I agree.
The fact that it's shocking is shocking.
Yeah, I've been in it for a while now.
How have you not been on the internet? You hire people for HR and you don't understand that. Whatever. All right.
So we're gonna wrap it up there. If you guys did like this content, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Share the video around, and always make sure to smash the like button. And we will see you guys on the next one. We love you.
Put in the comments how Pokemon Go sucks and Monster Hunter now is better. Yeah, fucking ha, buddy.
We'll see you. We'll wrap it up there. Thanks, guys. Peace.
See ya.
Doses.